In this video, I'll demonstrate how to manually calibrate the 6-inch 380-volt three-phase automatic control box, or do advanced programming of the 380-volt three-phase auto control box after calibration has been completed. To begin programming of the 6-inch 380V three-phase automatic control box, you'll need to be in manual mode. You'll see the manual indicator at the middle right of the controller's display. If the pump no calibration indicator is flashing at the lower left of the control box display, then the controller has not yet been calibrated to the pump and motor. Before beginning the advanced programming, you'll need to check the supply voltage and normal running amps of the pump. We can see the supply voltage is showing 414 to 415 volts. The running amps is showing 0 because the motor is not currently running. Let's go ahead and push the blue start button once. The pump will start and the control will continue to show the input voltage at the top left of the display, while the running amps will be displayed on the top right of the display. Make sure that water is running into the tank. To ensure the pump is pumping to its total head height, then make a note of the running amps, 9.9 amps. Let's press the red stop button once to stop the motor. To enter the advanced programming menu, we'll push and hold the orange store button for about 6 seconds. You'll hear a beep and the display will change. We can now release the store button. The controller display will show the function 001 on the upper left of the display. If the middle left and right of the display does not show any function name, then function 001 is reserved for future use. To enter function 002, we'll push the orange store button once. Again, if the middle left and right of the display does not show any function name, then function 002 is also reserved for future use. To enter function 003, we'll push the orange store button once. Again, if the middle left and right of the display does not show any function name, then function 003 is also reserved for future use. To enter function 004, we'll push the orange store button once. We can see function 004 has a function labeled dry run. The upper right of the display will show the dry run time currently set to 6 seconds. This means that if the pump's running amps fall below the preset dry run amps for 6 seconds or more, then the pump will be switched off by the dry run protection function. On some models of 6-inch control boxes, this dry runtime function may be located at function 001 instead of at function 004. 6 seconds is normally a good setting, but you can change this time to be longer by pushing the blue start button, or you can lower the time to increase sensitivity by pushing the red stop button. If there are no special conditions with your pump setup, you can leave this dry run time set to 6 seconds. To enter function 005, we'll push the orange store button once. Function 005 is the time that the controller will wait after detecting a dry run before starting the pump again. It is set to 30 minutes by default, but this time can increase to up to 250 minutes by pressing the blue start button. A good start setting would be 60 minutes to allow the borehole to recover. The dry run wait time can be decreased by pressing the red stop button. To enter function 006, we'll push the orange store button once. Function 006 is the overload time setting. If an overload is detected for the set amount of time, the overload protection will activate. We can reduce the overload time setting by pressing the red stop button. 2 to 5 minutes is usually a good setting. Some models of 6-inch control boxes do not have this overload time setting function. To enter function 007, we'll push the orange store button once. Function 007 is the under or over voltage time setting. If an under or over voltage is detected for the set amount of time, the voltage protection will turn off the motor. To enter function 008, we'll push the orange store button once. Function 008 has no labels on the bottom left or right, but you can enter the normal running current here. Let's adjust the running current down to 9.9 amps, but pushing the red stop button. To enter function 009, we'll push the orange store button once. Function 009 is the dry run percentage setting. It is currently set to 70% of the normal running current. which means that if the running current drops to 70% of the normal running current, then the control box will go into dry run protection and turn off the motor. If your 6-inch control box software is asking for the actual dry run current setting, instead of percentage, you can watch the advanced programming of the 4-inch 380V automatic control box. The dry run amps calculation and setting is the same for the 4-inch and 6-inch controllers. We have found the best dry run setting is about 85% of the normal running current. So we can set the dry run percentage up to 85% by pressing the blue start button. To enter function 010, we'll push the orange store button once. Function 010 is the overload percentage setting. It is currently set to 135% of the normal running current, which means that if the running current increases to 135% of the normal running current, then the control box will go into overload protection and turn off the motor. 135% is a good setting, but it can be increased with the blue start button and decreased with the red stop button. To enter function 011, we'll push the orange store button once. Function 011 is the pump stall percentage setting. It is currently set to 170% of the normal running current, which means that if the running current increases to 170% of the normal running current, then the control box will go into stall protection and turn off the motor. We have found 165% to be the best setting. You can decrease the percentage by pressing the red stop button. To enter function 012, we'll push the orange store button once. The controller display will show the function 012 on the upper left of the display. This is a phase protection function. Please leave this set to 1 to enable the phase protection. To enter function 013, we'll push the orange store button once. Function 013 is the under voltage setting. Normal input voltage in South Africa is between 380 volts and 400 volts. So let's calculate our under voltage as 10% less than the normal supply voltage of 380 volts. We take 380 volts divided by 1.1. That gives us 345 volts. We can set our under voltage up to 345 volts by pressing the blue start or run button. And if we need to decrease the under voltage setting, then we can simply push the red stop button. To enter function 014, we'll push the orange store button once. Function 014 is the over voltage setting. Normal input voltage in South Africa is between 380 volts and 400 volts. So let's calculate our over voltage as 10% more than the normal supply voltage of 400 volts. We take 400 volts multiplied by 1.1. That gives us 440 volts. We can set our over voltage up to 440 volts by pressing the blue start button. If we need to decrease the over voltage setting, we can simply push the red stop button. To enter function 015, we'll push the orange store button once. Let's push the orange store button again to enter function 016. Function 016 is the mode lock function. When enabled, it will not allow you to switch between manual and auto mode. It is currently set to 00, which means mode lock is disabled. You can enable the mode lock by pressing the blue start button once to change the function setting to 01. To disable the mode lock again, simply press the red stop button once to change the function setting to 00. Mode lock is once again disabled. To exit programming mode, hold the orange store button for about 3 seconds. The setting gear icon will flash, and after the settings have saved, the controller will again display the voltage on the top left of the control box display. Programming of the 6-inch 380-volt 3-phase automatic control box is now complete.